This is once upon a non-time, December 21st. Herod was a spoiled brat. "My, what a wonderful kingdom you have, King Herod," said one of the royal guests. "Oh, this is nothing," Herod bragged. "You should see Herodium. It has bathhouses, pools, and a 900-seat theater. My people love me. I'm their Messiah, you know. But tell me, who are you?" "We are leaders of cities far away, but the legends of your people, the Jews, are told even in our countries." "Of course they are," Herod interrupted. "We're the greatest on earth. The Romans, they're mere pawns." The Romans were the ones that gave him his kingdom. "We understand," continued another of the guests, "that you have a son, perhaps. We seek the one who's been born King of the Jews." "Yes," said another, "and we have gifts. We saw his star in the sky and have come to worship him. Where is he?" Herod's blood boiled with rage, but he remained calm on the outside. "Baby? There's no baby here. Why don't you gentlemen enjoy the palace while I catch up on a little business, will you?" Herod stormed away, gathered his priests and scribes together. "What are they talking about?" he screamed. "I'm king of the Jews. Me! Tell me where this baby is supposed to be." Some ancient Jewish scrolls," said one nervous scribe, "tell us that Bethlehem is Messiah's birthplace." "Bethlehem?" Herod walked to the window and peered toward the valley in the distance. He stood there in silence for a full 2 minutes before saying to his servants, "Have my guests meet me in my private chambers." His voice was cold and hushed. "No one can steal my kingdom." In the room with the foreigners, Herod put on a fake smile. "Oh, my friends, I want to search for this king too. So, when did this star appear?" "That's hard to say," said one man. "Our people have studied the skies for generations, but never had we seen a star like this. We knew it must be from the God of heaven." "As soon as we realized what it was," continued another of the kings, "we planned this trip and have traveled many months to get here. It's been more than a year since we first saw it." "A year?" Herod said. "More than a year. Well, you have my blessing. Go search for this child, find him, and when you do, please tell me, so I can worship him too." Herod sent them on their way, giving them 3 or 4 days before expecting an answer. He waited 3 days, and then 4. No answer. Each day he grew angrier, paranoid of losing his kingdom. He would walk around muttering to himself, "I'm the king of the Jews. I'm the leader. The people love me. Oh, those fools tricked me." He knew the baby, Jesus, was in Bethlehem, and he knew the baby was under 2 years old. Herod issued the fateful law: kill every baby in Bethlehem 2 years old and under. Well, this is our introduction to the character of Herod, and not only the scriptures, but history includes many more details about him, and he's just one of the most vile, disgusting humans that's ever lived. And some of the depictions of what he did and the kinds of vices that he was into and had access to just because he was the king of the Jews, that was kind of this puppet king set up by the Roman government. He was just absolutely disgusting as a person, and some that would cast doubt on the scriptures would say that the scriptures are false in that, well, if there had been this killing spree of all the babies under 2 years old in Bethlehem, how come it's not in any secular histories that are written about this time? And Bethlehem was a smallish village, 1,000 residents or so. And so among the 1,000, if you think of a church the size of about 1,000 people, then you think of the nursery, and that would be about the gauge of how many people, how many children under 2 years old, especially sons, might have been in the village at that time. And so we're not talking about thousands and thousands of people being killed. We're talking, 20 to maybe 50 on the high end. And so that kind of a killing spree, as horrific and terrible as it is for those families that had children killed, it wouldn't have made the news, so to speak. It wouldn't have been on the same level. In those days, it was far more common for these family killings of thousands of people, large scale killings, political and family murders. When Herod was nearing death, for example, 3,000 people were killed. They were imprisoned, and Herod said, "When I die, kill all 3,000 of these people, so that there will be mourning all across Jerusalem when I die." And so that's the kind of person we're dealing with, and that kind of a political killing would have gained much more attention by secular historians than the killing of the children in Bethlehem. So the Bible recounts that as part of the story of Jesus, but as far as we know, I don't believe we have secular history of that, but that doesn't cast any kind of doubt on the scriptures for me. It just fits right in with the narrative of who Herod was, and just a horrible person. So I'm glad that God led the wise men the way that he did. And we'll talk more about them in the next story. We'll see you in the next video. Hey church, thank you for watching that recording of Once Upon a Non-Time. If you're new here, my name is Ryan Wrench. I'm the pastor of Calvary Baptist Church in Temecula, California. And I wrote this book for my kids several years ago when they were much younger. My sister-in-law Anna illustrated it with some beautiful watercolor paintings. And so it's an Advent book, one new story for each day leading up to Christmas, including Christmas Day. And so this is available on Amazon if you'd like to purchase that. It's available at our church resource desk if you'd like to purchase that. But we're glad that you could tune in and at least see the illustrations on this video format. We'll see you in the next video.